Hello, hello, this is Kevin Resilient ME back with a Disco Elysium. I don't know if the screen will just flash for you. I was fixing the HDR. It breaks when I start recording. It's been, how many days has it been since recording? Full week. Unfortunate, but that's the realities of my medical condition, ME/CFS. And I did get to record some truck sim. I was not fully together for that. Not fully together at the moment, but much better than that today. Details on the medical are on my channel description. Alright, we left off after talking to Plaza here. Something like that. We have a skill point, and we're pretty far away from the next one, so I'm not just going to toss that at things. Money situation is fine. This. I've decided, playing a high empathy build and all this and that, I believe it's Tommy Outside made a good case for not pursuing this. Yeah, sometimes the right roleplay option is to not finish the quest. It's not to pick a way to finish it. It's just to cross that out. I don't know if you can see my mouse, but I literally just crossed that out. Yeah. So this is what we're currently in the middle of, and we'll continue with. Funny, this quest here is usually something that happens very late in the playthrough, but we're doing things in a weird order apparently, mostly because we skipped this and we are continuing to skip it. This is still the most important quest in my mind, but I don't know, holding that off for some reason. It may or may not have something to do with not being able to actually get into the building. Yeah, I had to move that. So the question in my mind is, when do we read these other books? And maybe now is a good chance to read one. Frontispiece. Unreal estate. Yeah, I'm not really reading that out loud, am I? Yeah, it's fine. We're gonna just hang out and read this here. And they're definitely making awards. Zweihanders. Well, maybe that's a real German word. Who knows? But I don't think so. I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt on that one.
The cover of this tattered paperback features the man from Yeondar standing atop a pile of bloody corpses. His two Zweihanders are crossed over his massive chest in a dramatic X, their blades dripping with gore. Behind him rise the harsh, snow-capped peaks of his native Northlands. In bold red letters, the title, Yeondaler Man, the man from Yeondal, unfurls like a banner. In the foreground, a nearly nude woman lies spread in supplication, her privates strategically covered by her flowing black hair.
Inconvenient. Not only is it censored by being text instead of a picture, but it's censored text interpretation of a picture. Yeah, I know it's actually described some. Hey, get distracted and look at these god rays coming in this window here. Like, check out that. It's mesmerizing.
These images speak to something burbling deep within you. Quick, find someone or something that needs to be gutted, beheaded, impaled on a spike.
Maybe it's less than ideal where we're standing with Kim at the top of a flight of stairs if our guy's gonna get all violent reading this book. Don't need to be Sparta kicking Kim down the flight of steps.
The story opens in medias res. The man from Heimdall and his band of northern reavers are in the bowels of an ancient temple, surrounded by an army of gibbering whites, led by the deathless necromancer. One by one, the brave Northmen fall to the relentless crush of undead, only to join their number as reanimated corpses. By nightfall, only the man from Heimdall and his blood brother, noble Tyribald, are left standing against the dead horde. It is an honor to die by your side, brother, Tyribald cries, as his battle axe beheads one of their reanimated comrades. "9, Tyribald," the man from Heimdall bellows over the army of flesh and bone. "Have courage for the Northlands, for Heimdall." He leaps to the mezzanine to face the black-eyed figure, and like a mad ice bear, whirling twin Zweihanders, Sturm and Drang, he plows through the ranks of the deathless, surrounding the necromancer.
Yeah, he's doing that spin to win thing from all the Diablo-esque games.
And with deadly finesse, his twin blades scissor the necromancer's head from its body. The undead legions collapse like ragdolls as the dark magic leaves them, and the two Northmen stand alone in their cursed temple, where the bodies of their lost brothers litter the floors.
Yeah, that's just the first couple pages of the book. So what, is it a collection of short stories?
A few chapters later, the man from Heimdall and Tyribald are in a completely different setting, high above an arid desert, riding a pair of griffins that always seem to appear at narratively convenient moments.
Did you notice how the lighting changed when it said completely different setting? Coincidence? I think so.
The Northmen find themselves in the court of a powerful southern king, Lord Hrothgar. The old king beseeches the man from Heimdall to rid his kingdom of the Nachtherra, a subterranean clan of blind wizards who traded their souls for demonic powers.
Some good character build ideas in this. How do you make a blind wizard, though? What game would even... What games have blind characters? I was thinking about that the other day. One of the old Mortal Kombats, I believe, has a blind fighter, but that's not a role-playing game.
The man from Heimdall extracts a high price from the desperate king. He asks land for the homeless desert pygmies living exiled in the kingdom's borderlands. Hrothgar offers the hand of his eldest daughter instead, but the son of winter does not budge. What do you mean? Because the flame of justice burns bright within his chest. Because, above all, he's driven to bring honor to the name of his beloved Heimdall. Because his noble Cutlan blood lusts for glory and conquest. It cannot be denied. What do you mean? Is that all?
We going empathy bro on this book.
He is the man from Heimdall, forged in the fury of battle. Death was his sire, and blood his dam. He had but 14 winters when he left his frigid homelands in Cutler to seek glory and honor. That is his character.
Checking out this painting over here now. Like, isn't that one of the, like the woman from the police station? The operator. Curious.
You skip past a section detailing an elaborate banquet with many toasts, as well as the long and perilous journey from Hrothgar's keep to the ancient forest of Yesdar, where our heroes infiltrate the Nachtherre's dire hall. In the center of the great hall stands a blood altar on which a pair of Nachtherre are disemboweling a shrieking peasant, an unholy rite that empowers the Nachtherre forbidden magic. As the vile ceremony ends, the sound of steel unsheathing draws the Nachtherre's attention to a pair of cloaked figures standing in the doorway. This is what you came for, isn't it? A climatic bloodletting where men are reduced to muscle and fury.
I'm wasting this. Oh well.
Swiftly, the visitors toss off their cloaks and unsheathe glimmering northern steel. It's the man from Heimdall and his valiant blood brother, Tyribald. In an instant, the Nachtherre summon a horde of gibbering orcanoids who rush our heroes. The hall fills with the clang of blades and the screams of the dying as the floor goes slick with steaming orcanoid viscera. When the din of battle settles, only the man from Heimdall and Tyribald remain standing. Exhausted and dripping with the entrails of their foes, the two Northmen confront the foul Nachtherre. The man from Heimdall's soda-like blue eyes fill with indescribable fury. For the Northlands, he cries, rushing headlong into a desperate melee. He probably is, but you can't be sure, 'cause this one ends in a cliffhanger and a footnote saying, "To be continued in Heimdall at the Gates of Tomorrow. Coming soon to your local bookstore." Considering the sheer amount of different Heimdall books out there, it's very unlikely you're ever gonna find the sequel.
Oh no.
The man from Heimdall stares at you on the cover, his face fixed in grim resolve. The back blurb reads, "His latest adventure serves as the perfect introduction to the savage Heimdall saga. Meet man from Heimdall, his faithful blood brother Tyribald, the noble Lord Hrothgar, and some of their most fearsome foes yet, for the Northlands, for Heimdall."
I was gonna say we're gonna run over to the bookstore and check into the sequel, but we're not gonna do that. How'd I lose all that health this quick in the day? Never mind. I think I know the answer. There's no mystery afoot. Is that guy still sleeping down here? No, okay. One day only. Yeah. There's nothing to distract us from this. Nothing
They're
else.
still hanging around. What is it now? Fuck! I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
So, I mean, here's the question. he didn't want to give this supposed information to us. It took a skill check and a lot of convincing to get him to admit about Claude being assaulted. But also he made it up and it was a lie. So if you're not intending to say something, why have a pre-planned lie for the thing you're not gonna talk about? Like, what? It doesn't really make sense.
You've hit a nerve. Titus is furious. No, more than that. The loyal Titus feels betrayed.
I mean, if I'm gonna square that circle, I have to assume that it has nothing to do with our investigation or us. It's just that that's a narrative that he liked, and they agreed upon it separately. Not as a way to throw off the investigation. You know what I'm saying? How's that for some empathy roleplay? I don't know.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Yes, he did.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
Listen, she wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
Oh. Got 15 minutes left and 1 health. But 15 minutes left.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Titus Hardy.
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody.
No.
Goddamn, no one tells you to put your fists down.
Yeah.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
Soldier of the Apocalypse. Oh, we about to have a line, right?
Another apocalyptic actor in town.
There it is.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
I'm sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you try shoving it up your ass, genius?
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not a problem.
What's on it? We call it the door gun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
I don't know that we care where he got the tape.
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
I don't know why we'd refuse this.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Podagra? I don't know what that means.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time? Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
What's our focus now? Are we really gonna stick with the case? 2 quests in a row? Can I use the one in the room? Ooh, there's some money there. That wasn't much. So what's Kim gotta say?
Yes?
Yeah, we're still not passing that check. Kim already knows that.
What about me? No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
I think we've leveled up volition since we tried this before, so we might try it again here.
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority. If the lieutenant were an evil man, fortunately, he is a committed officer of the lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
Oh, well.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting. I can see you're disappointed. You are right to be. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents. I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular, garden variety Ravacholier.
He's glad to have shut down your question.
Good. Let's change the subject.
No response. He just arches his brow. A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Fine, be that way. Kim don't want to talk with us no more. Maybe if I try to open your room, you'll talk to me. No. Let's see if that thing even still works. So I don't have to go buy something.
The compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now.
But it's not still. I see it.
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore. My Kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop. He has stuff.
Dope. Don't you have one in your room?
The bed is still cold from the broken window.
Guess the answer is a negative. You gotta spend money to not make money. Dumb. Well, with the outdoors comes opportunities to be distracted. By this lovely bookstore, perhaps. You got anything else to talk about?
Hello again, sir.
Yeah, we don't care about that.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy. Good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir.
Doesn't feel like it's thriving. Feels ghostly.
Ghostly.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks. This is entirely, completely you. You have found the right books. Rows and rows of Heimdall men blur your vision. You make out some titles. Man from Heimdall and the Mammoth Riders. Man from Heimdall, Return to Heimdall. And the solipsistic Man from Heimdall and the Heimdall Man. Maybe 100.
Oh.
Man from Heimdall and the sages at the end of the world. Man from Heimdall and the false god. Man from Heimdall and the scorched earth. Man from Heimdall, the Heimdall colonies. Man from Heimdall and the swamp beast. Man from Heimdall and the snow crabs. Those snow crabs are worse than they sound. Not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall under the lake. Man from Heimdall, Heimdall burning. There's even the Trial of Death, a pastoral combat game book set in the world of Heimdall Man, and so much more.
So what would have happened if I died looking at the books? We're about to reload and find out. Let's finish this.
Nothing of interest.
No.
Only silence and the cosmic background pain radiation.
No, 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 no. We found the skill we're getting.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art. of the very muscular man from Heimdall, in chains, kneeling in front of a staircase leading to a throne. A woman sits on the throne, leering at the man.
Sounds a bit sus.
She's laughing at him, belittling him. Between the throne and the Heimdall man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall. The shadow of the woman's headdress looks like a pair of devil horns. The title reads, Man from Heimdall and the Devil Woman. Especially those leering types who seem to wear nothing but an armored bikini. There's also some sort of a snake lizard beast slithering around her abdomen, chest, shoulder region. The display rack before you is burdened under piles of Man from Heimdall novels.
Well, we're buying that, I guess.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
Yeah. Just drop a save, and then we're gonna load and figure out what happens if we lose that final health browse in the bookshelf. 'Cause I gotta know that.
The display rack is brimming. This is entirely rows and rows, maybe 100. Those snow crabs are worse, not even close. Man from Heimdall in hell. Man from Heimdall and the forest of slaves. Man from Heimdall. You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Don't think this is a sign of anything other than your heart failing. There's no shame in surrendering now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face, like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Good thing this isn't a actual hardcore mode. Everyone to be able to have that little bit of silliness there. We only got one serving of that left. That's unfortunate. Let's get that out of our hand before we use that. I've played this game before and I know where I want that. And it's not for a while. I don't actually know if I could get that refilled like you can with the other things. Other bottles down here. I can see them. What? Don't. Are we about to read another book? That's not working. That's unfortunate. Oh, not that one. We're getting a lot of that sound effect today. Wonder if these guys got anything new to talk about.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
Might as well click it. Maybe talking about this will increase our chances, actually.
Ah, yes. King Philip III on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachol's finest years.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
We have a lot of options here.
Please, officer, don't encourage him. Do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. The RCM isn't interested in them.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. You haven't lived as long as I have, son. With age, a man learns certain things about real power, or else ends up a spineless socialist rat, like Gaston here.
And the worst part of that, officer, is having to spend your days playing pétanque with an angry snake.
The carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
Right.
Really? That didn't increase it? Oh, well.
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Frissel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
I won't get to it. I mean, I could have used that, but it'd just be a waste. And it'd probably make us need the health up, or the health, not upgrade, the health kit? What do you call it? Well, we should probably just get this health thing. Because there's checks based on those skills. So, yeah. Let's not be stingy here.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine.
Okay, here. I hope S2.EP6 makes you feel better or something.
Let's just... Do we grab another? We grab another.
Okay, here. I hope S2.EP6...
It's fine.
The tear machine stabbed. Your bottles clunk into the machine.
We're not broke. I'm not healing that last one, though, am I? It's early enough in the day. Let's just do it. There. If anyone was having a little OCD thing about the unfull health bars, you could consider it resolved. We're gonna get that pry bar.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and a metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
We've seen crates that need opening.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think.
It says Precinct 57 on these tires. Check that out. Now this is what I got a 1440p monitor for. 1080p. Wouldn't be able to read that at all. Someone should put that to the test. That might be a lie.
Cold and heavy, like truth. You feel like you're reunited with truth once more. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Yeah. That's not really relevant to anything we're doing right now, but it's been grabbed? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to pass that check. What lock checks are there? There's no more sleeping dock worker. We do want to pass this electrochemistry one at some point. I wonder if we can bypass this authority check. If the game will have sympathy and let us in another way. We want to pass that barred door check. Don't really care about these other ones. Intelligence checks are just a lost cause. There is this volition check here that we can retry. How do we do that? I thought that was the tell me a secret thing. And yeah, we can probably pass that check if we care to. Alright, how do we retry this check with Kim? Let's try that.
Yes?
It's not that. I swear it was the secret thing.
Excuse me?
It's in here.
Frankly, Detective, you're in a deranged state.
The lieutenant thinks you're some unaccountable wreck who needs constant supervision. But you don't have to listen to him. You're free to disobey.
That's good. Except that I do, Detective. Some you time?
A moment passes.
No, it's just a waste.
The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Oh well. May or may not figure that out. Let's waste time reading another book. More books than you can shake a book at. Book. Would that be a book? book novel. Like Duck Duck Goose. I don't know. I can't think of a better word to go with book in that. What do you call it? That's not an analogy. I don't know. We're wasting time and not getting to the wasting time. That's what we're doing. It's like super time wasting. And I wonder why it takes me so long to finish games.
The edges of the pages are worn and smudged. A lot of people have read about the Devil Woman's altercations with the Heimdall man.
Let's check the back cover first this time.
The jacket copy proclaims, "Man from Heimdall returns in his most exciting adventure yet. After crashing into a strange jungle, cannibalistic natives abduct his only surviving comrade, Noble Tyribald. Before Man from Heimdall can mount a rescue, he is ambushed by a tribe of female warriors and taken to the ancient citadel of Cloud City, where a mysterious and wicked queen rules supreme. Will Man from Heimdall be able to escape his dire situation and find his missing friend?"
Let's find out.
You open the book to a random page. Man from Heimdall, wielding his two Zweihanders, is carving through a sea of savages, his visage fixed in grim determination. His arms, whirling like windmills, are soaked with the blood of his enemies. Mangled corpses litter the battlefield. You flip to the copyright page. This book was written in '38. Berserker rage burns in his azure-hued eyes as he brings glory and honor to his long-lost Heimdall tribe. From the village of Heimdall, the ivory giant roars like an ice bear, and the winds of Gatla howl out his name. Man from Heimdall rides on a gilded griffin, his golden mane billowing in the breeze. Both Zweihanders sheathed on his back. He is off to war. Will he conquer his enemies? Will he conquer himself? The steel muscles of Man from Heimdall gleam in the humid jungle air. Yet the man does not sweat. In meditation, his soul drifts in the frigid northlands he calls home. A passage reads, "The man from Heimdall looks up, his eyes blue as the mountain lakes of his homeland. He rarely speaks, but now his voice booms in the darkened throne room. Do not try to sap my masculine essence, wicked temptress. Son of Heimdall will never succumb to your seductive wiles. Thine spells are no match for purity and strength of will. Brothers of Heimdall, stand above the vices of flesh, for it is weak and corruptible, yet mine is forged in gore and strife." Queen Lydiana just laughs, a sultry and salacious sound, then says, "I have grand plans for you, Man from Heimdall." She gestures her diabolical hand toward an array of potions and unguents. "First, you shall please me. Then lead my armies against the vicious cannibals. Not a muscle moves in the face of the Man from Heimdall. Yet inside, there is turmoil. This goes against all he holds sacrosanct." In the final pages, Man from Heimdall mounts Galavarin, his mighty griffin, and turns his gaze to the horizon. Queen Lydiana is dead, but an army of cannibals is storming the gates, and still there's no word of trusty Tyribald. To find out what happens next, you'll have to pick up Man from Heimdall and the Three-Eyed Skull. Available in fine bookstores everywhere. Spring 39.
Dope. That's an important piece of evidence in our case, right? There's a lot of symbolism in the writing of that book. It's interesting. Perhaps irrelevant in some ways. Yeah.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Yeah, we still have those boomboxes on the shelves.
The boomboxes wait on the shelves. And your boombox, that gold and amber Harmon Waushi, stares at you longingly with its tape reel eyes.
No, I don't want to pay 12.
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on, man. It's 12 real.
Just don't ask him for the smallest amount. You'll insult him. The others will work.
So, I mean, I could bring him down to 8, but let's be empathetic, not drop him too low. Don't lowball the poor man.
Sounds like a ripoff, but okay. I can make it 10, but no lower.
He would have taken the 8 according to suggestion, but it's fine.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
I'm starting to get a little bit nervous about that old money that we were throwing around so viciously. I mean, can we even replace the vodka? Better not be trying to pour another one out, man. Worst financial decision of your life. Can't even afford those shoes now. Not that I wanted them, but... yeah. Being able to afford things is satisfying even if you don't intend to purchase them. Are there any other distractions I can focus on? I don't think so. Not unless we want to go through and do the jam quest. Jam quest. Dan, 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 dan. Oh, that's a 3. I thought it was a 5 in the corner. Yeah. I don't know. Is there any reason to have this active while we're listening to that? Our skills are so low to begin with. Don't know. Who knows? There might be something we'd miss while listening to this if we're not Well, I'd say not careful. That's the opposite of being careful, what we're doing.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You push Command Set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
Commencer is French for commence. I bet you didn't know that. Encyclopedia skill check passed.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
Oh, that's it. That's the whole tape.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
Uh-oh. I need to go full circle with that French translation joke, and this one ain't so obvious. Yeah, it is. It's like arrest. Cease. It's another meaning of arrest. It's a police joke. Ooh, arrest. Hit the arrest button. Ooh.
End of recording. It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls. Yes, it was just locker room talk.
There's more going on here than we know.
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. Or maybe Kohoi is just merc talk for atrocity, slaughter.
Not supposed to know about the tattoos because we haven't looked at the body.
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his? I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony. At least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
I don't really think the tape contradicted her. It does just seem like locker room talk.
The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even.
Well, back up the stairs we go, Mario. Unless I could talk to him about it first.
The clouds are still hanging around. What is it now?
That sounds like the smart thing to do.
Smart boy. You go do that.
Oh. Whatever. Maybe she'll be interested in the Hemjaller Man book.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
She puts her coffee cup down. This does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
The lighting changed again. Did the snow cover change?
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
I'm the soldier of the apocalypse. He can't be.
Then you didn't get the greatest hits, officers. It's probably for the best. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style? He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi, he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything. No, I'm pretty sure he did all those things, and then had to internalize them to keep on living, until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for? Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
When he said he was done, and done mentally, it didn't sound like a joke. Sounded like a deeply troubled man.
Well, maybe I pieced him back together with my magical personality. We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? In Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
There is a small measure of pride in her, that she could quell the rage in such a being.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. It just occurred to me, colleague. We still haven't performed the field autopsy on the deceased. The questions I have assume some kind of foreknowledge on our part. I suggest we go and perform it now, and return once we've brought ourselves up to date.
No.
Miss, excuse my colleague. He has recently suffered brain damage. We will now go and do our duty, cleaning up the deceased.
Oh, stop lying, Kim.
You won't have to look at that site much longer, I promise. We will return soon.
Oh, he's promised to.
There is no talking him out of this. And no, the incident has not had a good effect on his opinion of you either.
We're gonna be hitting that -10 bad cop soon. I think this is literally just Kim's opinion of you. Because he's a perfect cop. Oh no. I guess originally there is an achievement for finishing the game in the case without ever clicking on the body. But this quest seems to have hit a dead end. How far am I gonna actually be able to get myself without having to look at a guide or something? Suspicious.
The clowns are still hanging around. What is it now? And that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her.
Sounds like he wanted it to change her mind about the hanged man. This is definitely personal.
What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore. Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawmen?
Women are crazy. Irrational. That's what you're thinking, right? Also, your fists are itching for a bump.
Yeah, maybe. That is a possibility.
He does not sound very convinced anymore.
Yeah, they're all queers. Can't bump, hard fist, or anything.
Yeah, that's not the line he said.
It's all right, Glenn. I just thought I thought anyone would come around if they heard that shit. Apparently I was wrong.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
He wanted her to see the man for what he was. Now that you know, you might want to lay off this topic, or else you might antagonize him.
I just got too worked up. Big man lost his shit. It's cool now. I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. It's been a long day. I'm tired of running back and forth between you. I can see you're tired too. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck on!"
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Yeah.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
The window might be closing. The more beers they get in them, the less cooperative they will be.
Compromised skill set? I don't know what that is. But we're gonna fail this check. Oh. This might be one you have to win, too. That's bad. Where are those cigarettes at? I'm not convinced that's gonna fix the problem either. I'm also not convinced that's gonna work if I don't do that. We don't got any other things up our sleeve here.
It's you again. What is it?
Can we get above a 3%, please? Maybe like a 12? No.
Clausia is playing them like a fiddle. Tell them how bad they got played, and they'll tell you the truth. There are many ways to go about it. All of them really good.
Oh, we got snake eyes on that too. Dope.
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, that shadow. A man your age. The hangover must be lethal. I never thought I'd say this, but maybe you should cut back on the drink.
That is a lie. You should cut forward on the drink.
That's enough for the shadow now, officer. Let's do procedural questions, or even, why not take a little breather?
Excuse me.
These working class oafs don't know how to talk about feelings. You shouldn't have opened up to them, or anyone.
How rude.
Again, just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
Maybe I need to ask about this now.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
You're pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service. Certainly enough to not put up with this backsass. Deliver a knockdown observation.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks. Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Titus lets the others clear out the details, so he doesn't get his hands muddy with explaining too much.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
We might pass this.
Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed. The entire room. Given how many questions you've lobbed their way.
Oh.
Well, this one. But he's always fidgeting, so don't get your hopes up.
That's not a repeatable. Dope.
Like what, Copper? About fucking time.
Yeah. I'm beginning to be worried you might need a specific skill set in this game to finish it without investigating the body. Where and what can we actually do? Oh, here's a hint, okay. So we can get more points looking for witnesses, finishing the quests for Mr. Eclair, and the company rep. The Clause A thing involves inspecting the body. Yeah, so this is one of them long-term quests that if you've gotten this far too quickly, which we have, You have to go around and do other stuff in order to actually get further. Unlocking the rest of the map, which happens just through time tomorrow, will be pretty good too. But we can keep going around. There's more to this map we haven't explored thoroughly. Like, why is this bookshop all ghostly cursy? And the answer lies behind this curtain.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Behind the curtain is the Wizard of Oz.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Now please go back to browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
I already bought them all, though.
Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become.
Oh. The famed nemesis of manifestation. Reverse psychology.
You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
No, it's just a storeroom for the employees, I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Lies. Rip them open, we say. There is something mysterious about the curtains. Be careful. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
She did say let's talk about it first. So let's talk. It's talking time.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. No! Okay, fine. It's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Take it easy. You've broken her resistance. Pushing her further will gain nothing.
It's It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Such wraiths may prove a formidable enemy. Suit up.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though now I fear it's not enough. The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy.
Didn't that curtain just move?
It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with something supernatural here. It's the cacodemons feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie, lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here.
Sounds familiar.
Truly so? Perhaps the dark energies are leeching off you. You shouldn't stay in the store too long. It may be dangerous. Oh, this? No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
Psychic arts? Sounds right down our alley.
Apparently, I can do this. I compel the check to be successful.
Time to fire up the old lie machine.
At least it wasn't Snake Eyes.
No.
The lieutenant looks at you, waiting to see where this is going. You've got this. Just go with it. This is elegant. Stop being such a fussy prude. You can't convince her without lies.
You're called... what? What is this, a joke, Mr. Policeman? Do you commit crimes together or what?
He turns away, not before you can see a small hint of a smile. He's struggling to not crack up.
Sir, I really don't have time for your jokes. The situation is very serious.
I guess we're just opening the curtains. Macho Man stuff.
The curtains,
Oh,
tattered with
yeah.
age and cover. You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
I warned you, you're unleashing forces beyond your understanding.
That's okay. Everything's beyond our understanding. I don't think it's the haircut making that unmanly. That might be the only thing there that's not as androgynous. It definitely is quite androgynous, though.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. What if you just break it down?
That's gonna hurt if we fail. We failed. It hurt.
Ow, shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Oh, the snake eyes again. This place is cursed.
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. Don't tempt the spirits, or you'll damage the holy wards on the door.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets. That's right. Take in your surroundings. You need to have a solid ground and a proper posture if you want to succeed.
Yeah, posture.
Steady breathing. Solid core. You've got this. With one shoulder forward, you're ready to smash into the door like a battering ram. The room is dimly lit and littered with old barbershop rubbish, but the path to the door is clear. It's made of a solid block of wood, but it has stood there for ages. The hinges are old and coated with a carmine layer of rust. It should be doable.
I think she might just give me a key to the door. Not about running through all that health we purchased.
You've hurt yourself now. I told you not to mess around back there. What are you even trying to accomplish, you fool? You're only making things worse. Stop it. Be compelled to look at the books. Go to them.
She's not gonna help. But you know what would help? Shrinking. Yeah. We don't need it.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Teaches me to be sober.
Shoot. Whose moronic idea was it to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt?
Are you alright? This looked pretty intense and painful, I must admit.
What is going on there? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, this, officer.
It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. Only an echo. No one is there.
We failed. We nowhere near a skip point. Oh no. We kind of running out of things that we can do right now. We not read the ledger thoroughly. Maybe that's a thing we can do. This case is going to the dogs, as they say. I don't think we're ahead of schedule anymore.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. Arson, petty theft, spousal abuse. Handwritten logs on dozens of investigations state there is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Alright, we'll take the case.
The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the Citizens Militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any ideas? Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that, so... Something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have something concrete? Mundane, usual?
Usual is boring. We don't do that.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name. Ah, yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny? Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one. Okay then. The case doesn't need to have a name.
It actually does. You've offended him.
Fine. For inter-district cooperation, let's try one more time. What do you want to name it? Oh, well, then maybe I can suggest one. Oh, that's actually what I was thinking. The Hanged Man. I like that. A good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
For the skill points.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers.
Yeah, that's one more thing checked off. Does paying Gart for the room give us skill points? I think we're going to get to a point here where I can't just say I'm not going to do this, not going to do that, not going to do the next thing, and yeah, we're just going to be at a dead end. So, This, we can eke out 20 points. Have something to waste time until Wednesday. It's raining again. Alright, let's pay Gart for the room. Hope we get skill points. And we can talk to Lena about the crypto stuff. Why couldn't it be crypto coins? Hey, wait a minute. Is this thing a whole joke about people who go on and on about different crypto coins? Cryptid, crypto coins. I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch, but it's within the realm of elastic stretch. I don't know. It's possible.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
How could anyone forget, asshole? Take it easy on him. Deep down, he really hates being the guy who has to remind you.
Okay. Alright, we just need 5 skill points.
Oh, hello, dear. There you are again.
There's multiple things here that'll give us skill points.
You're an enthusiastic idiot, but you're still an idiot.
No. No, no, no.
We don't have time for Cryptozoology 101. Let's get back to work, shall we?
No, no, no.
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but...
Oh, yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
Give me that 5 XP.
There's a touch of awe in the way she enunciated the creature's name.
I knew it. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists.
It's not made up, officer. I can assure you.
There's a hint of defensiveness to her retort, but also confidence. She seems to sit up a little straighter in her chair.
It's simply elusive, so much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even. Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Hmm. It's gotta be a very dig at cryptocurrency. Yeah, it's gotta be.
Oh dear. I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
Can I have 5 XP for seeing this?
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
No. Need my XP.
Surely things can't be that bad?
You sense that she won't judge you, no matter what you say.
You know where we are, right? A seaside hostel called the Whirling in Rags, to be precise. And the Whirling itself is in Revachol. Yes, and Revachol? Oh my, how would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally. Everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days.
I think there might be a dead pixel in my monitor. And it's right on Gart's, what do you call that? Sweater vest? Yeah, sweater vest. Just the way he's fidgeting up there is really bringing attention to it. Don't you be looking for it. It's not going to be in the recording. It's probably a spec. But if there's one thing I know about specs, when you try to get them off the monitor, you just make a smudge. And then you try to go get rid of the smudge, and that's where you break things. So I have a line down my monitor that's brighter than the rest of it. Because I tried to fix a smudge. I don't even want to know what happens if you try to fix that. It means you end up having to get a whole new monitor is what happens.
Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? Perhaps, dear, perhaps. But for now, it's just the spring of 51.
Achievement.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times.
Hey, that achievement was worth 5 XP. Give me that in the game.
The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind, we're in this now. Outside, spring rain seeps into the cracks in the walls and the cobblestone streets, and into grated storm drains, all the way down into the sewers. Above ground, the first maybells blossom.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? No, sadly not. Revachol is what's called a zone of control under an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have no government of our own, and what democracy we have is market-driven.
Kim already talked about that.
It is quite disappointing,
No.
yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's talk, but for now, the RCM is all we've got.
Yeah, we doing things out of order in this playthrough.
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't really any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new. Something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things? And how can I help you?
You didn't do very well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters? Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a police officer.
Of course. Then, I don't know, someone rich maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. But thank you, sweetie. You did make me forget about my worries for a while.
We're still short on that XP. I'm gonna actually have to go do that quest. No. We're running out of quests to do. That is not good. I think we're just gonna have to go talk to Joyce and do that one. Nothing to be done about it. We can get into that now, though. So that's good. Oh. Do I want that? Check it out, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, of course that broke. Yeah. It's so refreshing being... Oh, I was gonna say out of the cop uniform, but this still has that bar on it. What a pity.
Hello again, officers.
Yeah. Any checks that I forgot about? Yeah, there's things we could do, but it is going to become an issue if you can't refuse to do everything. Realistically, what I should be doing is ending the episode and looking up a guide on getting that achievement that involves not investigating the body to see if I actually can do that in this playthrough or not. Oh, the cafeteria window thing is doable again. Okay. I don't really have a hope of doing that. Why can't we use the teleport yet? Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna run back, see that it's a 3% check, be like, yeah, damn it, and then we're gonna run back over here to Joyce again. That's what we're gonna do. We'll be quick about our time wasting. What I should have done is have a quick save and then load when I realize this isn't possible.
You find yourself looking at that big old window.
Oh ho ho, it's a 3% chance. Who would have guessed?
Nothing, as before. Just black branches.
What's actually necessary to pass that? So we're 7 points away. But the capability of adding 7 to the dice, so nah. It would have to be a perfect roll.
What's this weirdo cop doing now, huh? Window shopping?
I think he's trying to find dirt on us, in our box. It's what they do, Shanks. Did you know policemen are sometimes called pigs?
Wow, no. I hadn't heard that.
XP for failure.
Yeah, because they like to sniff around in dirt.
Alright. That actually worked out for us. What do we need to do that's going to give us the best chances of moving forward? Probably the door. Yeah, definitely the door. We were close to getting that check, honestly. Like, there is a point in this game where you just accept the need to save scum. Save yourself a lot of pain. But this is a let's play I'm doing here, and people like pain. Gotta get the Schrodenfruit sensors going in your brains, so... yeah. There.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before
Oh
you,
no.
covered in dozens, if not...
No, we upgraded the wrong... it's fine, it's fine. Just a little bit of dumb.
Again, you find yourself looking at that big nothing.
What's this?
I think...
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fine. That didn't happen. I wanted this skill anyway. We're getting through that door this time. Don't you worry about it. Now we can drop the save that didn't shoot ourselves in the foot.
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Do we use that? No, I refuse. What?
You smash into the wood and see a small crack appear on the door frame. It's going to take one more try to break through to the other side. But you've done it.
You're not thinking of trying again, are you?
How did we get through here in the last playthrough?
Bent metal, broken glass. Your path lies strewn with the broken forms of everyday objects. You are the destroyer, the bane of inanimate matter. Kudos.
What is this place? No, it's a gym, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. We should find a flashlight if we want to go on. There should be one in my kinema.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Yes, because it's closed. No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now, let's go get the flashlight, shall we?
Yeah, we can go get that. I want this first. Why do I remember that being 50? Dope. There must be something else that's 50. Like Harry here. He's probably about 50. 55? I don't know.
You broke down the back door, the wards, the door. It's all gone now. Dark psychic energy leeching onto my shop. I suppose it's all over now. I guess there's no escape. Okay, I'm willing to listen. We are set on the path. There's little else to do. But before we go on, did you encounter the malignant entity? You did? Then it has to be true. I've suspected that this woman-shaped energy must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you see that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. And do return to me after you've talked to it. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse.
Notice that she's switching back and forth between saying she and it. Interesting. Alright, I'm kinda back. Been talking to someone for an hour. I gotta wrap the episode up. My brain's not good anymore. Yeah, just getting this flashlight.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
The colors are
Pull out
broken.
a metallic drawer. It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue, blue, lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox.
I'm just getting back there, and then I'll save. My day is over. I'm past tense. Been up 3 hours. Yeah. Good night. Good riddance and all that, everyone.